Hello, church family. Last Sunday was Restart Sunday. We hope that you either continued on in your small group, joined into a small group, or tried a new small group. But if not, no worries. There's always next week. So pick up a small group selection guide out at Connection Central. Now, here are 3 important things to know.
Good morning. I'm Barry Evans. I've been asked by Pastor Brian to do a series of studies starting in September on a logical defense of the Christian faith. So this morning I'm going to briefly tell you a little bit about me, how I got started getting involved with Christian apologetics, which is what this kind of stuff is. Apologetics doesn't mean to be sorry for, but it's a logical defense of the Christian faith. And who the audience intended for these series of studies, and a little bit about what we'll cover. I got saved in Okinawa, Japan in 1991. Shortly after I got saved, I started my PhD program, and I was teaching a class in process improvement on Kadena Air Base, and a lawyer in the class, I heard him making a joke kind of to another woman in the class, and he said, "Oh, this last place I was stationed, it'd be like if you had a real bad headache, they'd say, 'Ooh, let me pray for you.'" And she laughed, and I real quickly asked God for a chance to share my faith with that guy. So we did. We were at lunch, and he basically had 2 concerns with the Christian faith. One is, what does a man dying 2,000 years ago have anything to do with me going to heaven today? And then what he called the evil God hypothesis, which is evil exists, God created everything that is, therefore God created evil, therefore God is at least partially evil. We're talking about those things, and at one point I didn't have a full answer, and I said, "Well, you have to have faith." And he said, "That's my problem with Christianity. Every time I ask a question that Christians can't answer, they invoke the faith clause and say, you just got to have faith." So I began to research more deeply to answer his questions, and kind of got involved in, again, a logical defense of the Christian faith for about 30 years now. The audience for this study is pretty much anyone who has heard these questions. Why would a loving God allow this to happen? Or hasn't evolution shown that there is no need for God? We'll logically cover those arguments and answer them from a biblical perspective. So high school students, college students, adults, anyone is welcome. It'll be Sunday evening. We will cover why Jesus dying on a cross matters to people today, how creation provides the most logical reason for creation over an evolutionary model. We'll reject the evil God hypothesis, talk about why evil exists, why God allows that to happen. We'll talk about different religions' views of God and show that they are indeed different. And then relative truth versus absolute truth, we'll logically talk about that as well. I hope it'll be interest to some people. I look forward to seeing you on Sunday evenings. We'll start in mid-September. Hope to see you there. Thank you.
Thanks, Barry. That sounds like a great study. Now, our monthly business meeting is 1 week from tonight, and we invite you to come and hear what's happening, help make important decisions, and hear from some teams and committees. Also, just a reminder, we always enjoy a potluck meal together, so come, bring a favorite dish to enjoy, and enjoy the fellowship as well. Excuse me. I was just catching up on some important things here. Don't you just love things here? Don't you just love getting a notification? Actually, speaking of that, as our church family continues to grow and more new faces join in the life and ministry of FBC, we want to do all that we can to keep everyone connected and aware of what's going on. So, if you haven't yet downloaded the Church Center app, let me encourage you to do so, and then explore our calendar, our sign-ups, and a host of other important things. Plus, when you need to know something, you'll get a notification from the church. Be sure that you've liked our FBC Cherokee Facebook page, along with our Dive Students Facebook, and also, one last thing. Don't forget to look over the info in our Church Center app under Sign-ups tab for our upcoming all-church family retreat. It's coming up on August 31st through September the 2nd. Now, Thomas, take us away.